Hello everybody, Retro Gamer here at you again. Well, this is going to be a video on something I've been working on for the last couple of days, and this is what I'm about to show you. Is a very crude stage of development so far, I should say. Nowhere am I done with it. It's just kind of, I would say, in the process of research and development. For a while I've been wanting, I have an NES top loader, but for while I've been debating, should I mod it or shouldn't I mod it with AV Jackson. You know, I didn't really want to mod it with AV. Don't want to really change the integrity of it. I want to kind of leave it as is. Which then I started looking on, and I've been wanting one of these for a while, and so I got looking online and came up with an idea I made myself. And it's not nowhere done. This is actually just a cart that I put it in, but this is a top loader NES. It's a full functional NES. As you can see, that it's cracked, it's broke, it don't look right, and that's because I used a case I had sitting around that was cracked and broke. I didn't give two craps about it because this is parts for modding it up. And as you see, it has its standard AV cables back here, power, cartridge slot, and your game ports up front here. Your power buttons are kind of recessed in here, and I'm still debating what I'm going to do with this as far as power buttons go. I like the idea of having recessed because you can't really see them. Because here's your reset button, here's your power button. However, how I did this, and I'll open this up in a minute and I'll show you. It took me some hours to complete this, even to get this far. And I'm going to show you what I did. So I'm looking online, looking for top loader NESs, because I was going to get another one to mod it. However, I came across this little device here called the Retro Entertainment System. $19.70 shipped to me. I know that I've read a few reviews online that say, hey, the system does not play some games. However, I got it. I put it in about every game I could think of putting into this that I have in my collection, and just one after another, just boom, run, boom, run. I mean, they all ran. They ran fine. In fact, I even used my Famicom adapter. Famicom games still played just fine. So what I did, this thing here is really incomparable in size. Is not much bigger than an NES cart, which then led me to believe I can take the insides out of this and transfer them to the cart. So that's what I did. But it's not as simple as just taking it apart and swapping the parts over. There was some desoldering of some stuff that had to take place, some soldering of stuff that had to take place. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video here. I'm going to take this apart, show you the internal workings of it, and then I'll actually show you some gameplay of how this actually works. So I'll be right back with you guys. Alright guys, I'm back. Before I go too much further, I also wanted to mention the controllers that come with this. I've heard a lot of complaints about these controllers. However, I really like this controller. It's real responsive. It has you know, your A and your B button, your turbo A and B, your slow button, which obviously does just that. It pauses the game continuously to make it act as in slow motion. But the nice thing about this Retro Entertainment System is you can tell by the plug here, you can plug an actual NES controller, the original NES controller, into this cart and play it. I'll show you the internal workings here. However, to keep in mind, it's crude. Nothing is glued down. It's pretty much taped in here, double taped in here. Some of it's not even taped down, it's just slapped in there. And the purpose of that is just kind of get an idea of where I wanted to put stuff so I can able to eventually epoxy all of this to the inside of the case. But what I did here, this is the power board and the audio board. Let's see if I can turn macro on this here. There we go. This is the power and the audio board here, and you know, it takes your, this here is actually soldered to here, and your audio and your video were soldered back here. I desoldered them, ran some jumpers here for the power, and then that leads back up to your 72 pin connector right here, which then leads back to here, which is your power, your reset, and this is where the game ports were. As you can see, I desoldered the game ports, ran some jumpers here, moved the game ports up front. Still got, you know, some work I want to do on it. You know, I used the Dremel tool that I have, cut it out, cut some holes, just to see if I could get it to work. My main thing was to see if I can get it to work without putting too much extra money into it. I wanted to use all the original parts out of this here for this here, and for the most part I was able to do it. This is the original board out of it. This is the original 72 pin connector out of it. I mean, I used the original power adapter or power insert here, and the audio video, which is there and there. Those two are original. I used all those to try to cut down on the cost of making this. However, I don't think I'm going to keep it that way. I think my plans is I'm actually going to get some other audio video to put in here, a different power in here. Power switches, though, I'm not sure yet. You know, running a toggle switch to it is not going to be a big deal. I could do that. It'd be pretty darn easy. But I like the idea of how they're recessed in here, and it just takes a little push, and there, you know, it comes on or resets. I think up here the fireball is. I'm going to drill a hole there, and I'm going to put the LED, power LED there. So that's kind of my plans here. So what I'm going to do is, now you guys have seen the inside of this, I'm going to go ahead and plug it up to my TV here, and once I do that, I'll show you some gameplay of it, and show you how it works with the regular cart, and also how it works with the Famicom. So I'm going to pause here, and I will be back once again. Alright everybody, I'm back again. Well, I went ahead and I put Mike Tyson's Punch-Out into this. What I'm going to do, and I'm not even going to attempt to play it, just for the simple fact that I can't play one-handed. But I ran, you know, the power cord down to the power, then put it the VCR, and then of course I'm going to turn it on here. This is the power button right here. I'm going to turn it on. There it is, booting up Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how it'll play. This is my Famicom adapter I made, and Sky Destroyer for the Famicom. I'll put the camera up here for the moment. Let you kind of stare at games and stuff. And I'm going to shut this off, trade it out. And that is definitely one of the things I need to do, is get this glued down, so pulling the carts in and out of this is not so difficult. But okay, you can see I put the Fami in. Sky Destroyer, turn it on. And there's Sky Destroyer on this. So yes, it does play both. And really guys, that's about it for right now. You know, like I said, it's still a work in progress. Still working on this. Hopefully I get this up and going in the next few weeks. You know, I want to make some different case modifications yet to it. Maybe move some stuff around a little bit different. But I just figured I'd show this really quick video of how to fit, or how to make your own NES Cartridge Nintendo. And there's really not much to it. You know, really for 20 bucks, probably about 25, 30 bucks and some soldering skills, anybody can make these. They're not that difficult. Just very time consuming, and you know, it's going to take hours to do it. Don't expect to do it in 10, 15 minutes. Take some time, do it right. That here, I mean, even what I got in here, I probably got close to 6 to 7 hours into it. Just figuring out how I'm going to make them. And I know there's probably a few people who's going to say, I want one, make me one, make me one. As of right now, I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. You know, because honestly, the stuff's so cheap to buy, but the time to put into it, like I said, is just, it's a lot of time. So guys, I really appreciate you watching. Please subscribe, rate below, and I will hopefully here in the next few weeks or sooner than that show you a completed version of this, and maybe get somebody to get my camera, somebody else here to hold my camera, so I could do a more in-depth video of it. So everybody, have a great day.